money from politicians who are going to guide them and tell them all the wonderful things around election time and tell them what they stand for, and it's all beautiful. But it's a mirage.
Right, and there's one thing about you that is very, I'm going to let the public know. You've actually attended a lot of youth events that I've invited you to. You've actually donated, money to for the cause to some of these youth events. And the key thing is, to all our viewers out there, is you did this not during your campaign time. You did this throughout the time that we've been friends and we've known each other. And I just want to say something to the public. You got to pay attention, because those people that are, hurraying and parading around to all these churches, parading around, doing the campaigning, during the campaign, do you see these people throughout the year? Do you see these people before they're campaigning? And you've been one person that I have your cell phone number. I've had it for a number of years now. You return my calls, and I'm able to speak with you, meet with you. This is very important. This is real people doing real things. This is a man that I respect, and a man that I can say that you're a stand-up guy.
Well, I feel the same way about you. I think you're more stand-up than me, though. You're taller. But that's very nice. I'm humbled by that. But it's true. We need to be role models.
Yes.
We got athletes that are taking steroids. They're cheating.
Yes, they are.
We got politicians who, you just look at White Plains. I'm not going to go any further. They're doing the wrong thing in leadership roles.
Yes.
And everybody's playing which side they're on, and and then you go into business and you see people stealing money from churches and synagogues for their own self.
Right, a lot of dishonesty. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of dishonesty. And what do young people, what are they going to look up to? They got to look up to their parents.
Yes.
Whether you're a single parent or two parents.
Parents first, right.
Priests, ministers, rabbis. These are the people and teachers.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely teachers and mentors like yourself.
Thank you.
And that's what we have. And we've got to start by setting an example. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. People jaywalk, and these are the small things. People do things. But I'm talking about big things, where you put other people in harm's way, and going to church and going to synagogue is not going to make anything happen. It's what you do, the deeds you do.
Yes.
And I really believe that if you and I and people watching start to set an example by being a little nicer to each other, more respectful, showing that in front of our children.
Yes.
It's gotta help, and we gotta guide them. We have to guide our young people into, sometimes it's tough love.
Yes,
you can't agree with everything they say.
That's
and we have to focus them by example, and it'll happen.
Right. Now, as far as moving forward, you still have your organization called what? People
Over Politics.
People Over Politics. Now, that's a deep statement. I always love that slogan, and I told you that I'm going to do your T-shirts. I'm going to do your T-shirts for the next campaign.
Thank you.
As far as moving forward with that, I would hope that you're going to campaign again when the new
we'll
election.
Be there for the next mayoral election.
I would hope
whether
so.
There's a special election, whether this mayor steps down.
Yes.
Or whether he is asked to step down, or whether the governor tells him to step down.
Yes.
There would be a special election. We have a federal case going on right now, which would also create a special election if we're fortunate enough to have the judge decide in our favor. This has been going on for several months. We also, and if we have to wait to 3 years, so be it.
Right.
But we'll be there. And like I said, I have smarter people like yourself around me. And no, that's what makes makes it.
Always keep smart people around.
Absolutely.
People that are smarter than you. Always remember that to our viewers.
Absolutely. And then you can make decisions based on what's real.
Yes.
And what people need and want. And, we need to bring our taxes into line. And the only way to do that is jobs and alternative revenue streams,
right.
Not off a taxpayer's back, not by gouging the meters, Not, that's the easy route.
Right.
And that's what they do, and they shrug their shoulders, and they say, look, what else can we do? It's a tough economy. The federal government's doing it. State government's doing it. We got to do it too.
Right.
That's an excuse, and I don't buy it.
Okay. Now,
and I do have plans on how to bring in money, and I've offered those ideas, and some of them I've accomplished as a councilman, but there are ways to do it, and we can start to take the pressure off of our individuals and families.
Right. Okay. Now, also too, we in our dialogue previously, you mentioned that you actually have a. Is it a movie or is it a video or what is it? You have something on YouTube right now that.
Yeah. Well, I don't. My son does, and
okay.
this is a real story. I was touched. I was honored. My son Max goes to Rutgers University.
Okay.
And he took an elective, a documentary class, and he came over to me and he says, Dad, would you mind if I did a documentary on your federal case that's going on?
Right.
I'm not the only plaintiff. There's another gentleman, Marty London, who's also a plaintiff. And I said, gee, I'd be honored. You really want to do this? And I got to admit, I'm a little schlumpy in the film because it's real. There's no scripts or anything. I never knew he was going to put this on YouTube.
Right.
But it's real. And he got an A in it. He did. I actually went to Rutgers. I was asked by him and his professor. They had a number of films from young people.
Yes.
And it was spectacular. It's 8 minutes long. It's called Mr. Hockley Fights the Machine. It's on YouTube, and anybody can watch it.
Okay.
And I think you'll find it not only informative, but I think it'll touch you.
Right. So now if viewers want to actually see this particular film that's playing on YouTube, the address, once again, is youtube.com/
It's just YouTube. Just get on YouTube. I'm not a text guy myself.
Okay.
That's one of my weaknesses.
Okay.
I'm getting a little better, but you get on YouTube, and Mr. Hockley Fights the Machine is on there, and you're set to go for 8 minutes.
Okay.
And there's some music in there, and I think the public will be informed.
Right.
They might even find it somewhat satisfying.
Okay.
The best thing that come out of this federal case, besides a new election, is that the federal judge actually would have an opportunity to change the state law and make it fair, more fair for third-party candidates, independents, and so forth. And that would be a beautiful thing, because we need a level playing field for everybody.
Right, right. Well, one of the greater things that out of this, what I'm getting out of this interview is that a lot of people ask me, what does College Blok have for the older people? You know what I mean? Because my main focus right now is definitely to motivate young people as far as to deal with getting their education, achieving their goals. But you're an example of someone that, like I said, I respect, I look up to, that there is no stopping. You know what I mean? No matter what age you are, what gender you are, once you have a focus and a goal set, you know what I mean, there is no stopping. Now, one good thing I can say about you is that even though you lost the mayor election, you did not lose, because it's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of time put into an election, you know what I mean, which we probably don't have the time to really go into all that right now, but I just want our viewers to know that even though Mr. Hockley lost the election, he did not lose, because he did something. He touched a lot of people, people like myself, that I always watch his progress. And like I said, it's very interesting, the things that go on in campaigning, as far as getting a group of people together. I mean, you guys are almost like family. You know what I mean? Putting these events together, raising money together. So that's the unique thing about campaigning. You kind of build a family base and people that really believe in you.
Well, you said it's not the age, it's the stage.
Yes.
And some people stage left, but no, seriously, it really doesn't matter what your age is. You can't think about that. You just always want to grow.
Yes.
And the thing is, I'd love to use this time for you to talk a little bit about what you're doing, what you're going to be doing at Berkeley, and what you've done at some of the other colleges, and what your dreams are.
Right. Well, unfortunately, we're out of time right now, to all our viewers, but I will speak on that on the next show. Thank you for watching College Blok. Peace.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.